The next method inside of the catalog class is add category. And as you can see, this condition here is an empty array. And is array basically is we're going to be using this statement basically quite often. So what we're going to do is create the helper class. I'm going to copy all this, open our helper.php, which you'll find obviously inside of the SSD folder file called helper.php. Scroll right to the bottom, and a new method will be called public static function is array empty, and we pass in the array as the parameter. And here what I'm going to do is return, and in the brackets, rather than the statement we have here, we're going to reverse it. So we check if it's empty, and rather than end, we're going for or isn't array. So basically it's going to tell us, is array empty? Is it empty? Yes, then return true. Isn't this array? Yes, return true. So basically the answer to this is array empty is going to be true if any of these statements obviously is true. So that's our isArrayEmpty method completed. Now if we save the file, and we can actually close this helper and go back to our catalog, and now we can replace this one here using the exclamation mark at the beginning. Helper is array empty, we pass in the array, and now obviously everything is clear. Now, because helper is inside of the same namespace as catalog, we don't need to use the use statement at the top of the file, because they're within the same obviously namespace. We know where to find the file straight away. So that's why we can use this helper straight away within obviously the method, rather than instantiating this, indicating at the top of the file, obviously at the top of the class, that use help SSD helper, for instance. Okay, so now SQL statement. We need to amend it slightly. By slightly, I mean we need to actually remove it completely. So we go for the return, and we go for this underscore db insert, the method which obviously we have inside of the application class, and then this underscore table, and then array, the fields which we want to insert is going to be name, array name index, then we go for identity, array identity, then we go for meta title, array meta underscore title, then we go for meta description, array meta description, and that's everything, because we can remove this return query here, because we no longer use meta keywords. So that's obviously removed. That's all we need to have in this insert statement. And after all this, obviously, if is array empty, we can return false, because obviously if array was empty, or if it was in the array, then we're not going to process this one. We need to return something, so it's going to be false. So that's our add category method.